What's up, guys? Big Papa Drock back with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Guys, I am not gonna lie, man, this last week kicked my ass. I mean, let's just start. It started off with my fantasy basketball team losing Franz Wagner to injury, which was not how I wanted things to start. Already a bad start. Then I proceeded to get very sick. I am still sick as of the recording of this video, but for basically the last 5 or 6 days, I have been coughing, sneezing all the time. My room is littered with, tissues. It's just been brutal. It's been brutal. And then today, I'm recording this on a Sunday, so it's reset day. And then today, it's the fantasy football playoffs. And I have I'm in like the playoffs in 4 of my 6 leagues, and I have championship caliber teams legitimately in honestly all 4 of those teams, or 4 of those leagues, but in 3 of those leagues for sure. We're talking like first in points, dominant stuff. I got the bye in one of those leagues, and then unfortunately I had the most points scored against me in another league, even though I was first in points, so didn't end up getting a bye that week. And then just missed a bye in the other league. And of course, who do I happen to face today? I face 2 teams that have Davante Adams on them. And if you know fantasy football, you know that Davante Adams went absolutely nuclear today against my Jaguars. So it has been an enraging day, guys. I mean, I am down bad. So if you are a fantasy football player, please let me know in the comments down below if you had similar luck to me, or maybe you had better luck. I hope you did, because man, I want to win these leagues so badly. They're with some of my best buds for years, and the bragging rights, I'm a competitive guy, but who would have guessed from watching me play live arena? But anyway, that's what's going on with me. Hopefully I will feel 100% at some point this week. Like I said, I'm still under the weather right now, but nowhere near as bad as I was. Talk about a weird late birthday present, right? Like I had a great birthday and then all this stuff happened, and it's like, not how you want your week to go. So anyway, all that being said, we're a week out from Christmas. We are here on Raid Shadow Legends. We're not going to talk about fantasy football anymore. We're going to talk about something a little different, and that is the fact that on a recent summoning event, one of those summon pool events, I happened to pull a new champion, and I thought I'd build him and test him out because I haven't had a chance to do that yet. And so I pulled our buddy, what is his name? Caoilte the Ash Arrow. Caoilte, I think that's how it is. He sounds Celtic. He's a Sylvan Watcher. He looks pretty sick, and he's supposed to be a fantastic Armand's counters. That's what we're going to find out today. How does he do damage-wise? He is a nuker. And then also, does he actually really counter Armands? So let's take a look at his kit. Let's see what he does. On the A1, we got the Ash Arrow. I feel like this is named after Ash or something. Attacks one enemy, places a 30% increased crit damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. Cool. All right, self-buffing with crit damage, never a bad thing. A1 sounds all right, nothing too special. He is attack-based, as you noticed here. Then we've got Falling Leaves. Attacks one enemy 2 times. If the initial target is killed, also attacks the enemy with the lowest HP. Both attacks will ignore 50% of the target's defense, as well as unkillable and block damage buffs. This sounds really interesting, right? So this could be a great counter for somebody like a Nice, potentially, as long as you're in the second version of him, not his first version, because he's going to keep himself alive. But this is interesting. So you kill someone, you get an opportunity to knock somebody else out. And keep in mind, depending on how you build him, with Helm Smasher and Savage Gear, this could be 100% ignore defense ability that's also ignoring unkillables and block damage. Cool. Sounds really good in theory. We're going to find out exactly how good it really is. And it's on what, 4-turn cooldown? Okay, not bad. Then we've got the AoE Torrential Pain. Each critical hit fills this champion's turn meter by 10% and heals them by 10% of their max HP, stacks up to 50%. Okay, cool. So we get a nice little heal and turn meter boost there. That's nice. You can build a little bit slower because of that. If this attack kills an enemy, places an unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn. I am definitely a fan of that. I can't tell you how many times George's version of that, getting an unkillable, saved me in arena. So all right, kit sounds pretty good. Sounds like there's some really useful stuff here. Let's look at the passive and why we think he might be, or why I think he might be, the Armand's killer. All right, Corrupted Sentinel. passive effect. Whenever this champion's or an ally's turn meter is decreased, increases the damage of this champion's next attack by 20%. So this is, all right, this is a passive effect. I'm going to read this in that anytime somebody is decreased, he's getting a 20% boost up to 100%. Now, I don't know if that lasts for the entire round, but I would imagine it's like if all 4 of your champions get their turn meter decreased, he's getting an 80% boost on damage for his next, I guess it wouldn't last all round because it's a next attack. So he's getting an 80% boost on his next attack if you have 4 champions in arena. So that's how it, that kind of sounds like it makes sense, right? The thing with Plarium is you never really know until you get these things, these champs in there to test, but that's how I read this. Let's read the active effect, which also is poorly translated and does not make sense at all based on what I understand. But active effect, whenever this champion's turn meter drops below 25% because of a turn meter reduction effect, places a block debuffs buff on this champion for 2 turns and grants them an extra turn. Now, I believe this is supposed to be grants them an instant turn. I'm pretty sure that is what it's actually supposed to do, not an extra turn. So similar to Shuzhen, when Shuzhen first came out, remember her description of her skill was poorly worded. I think that's the same thing here. This is supposed to be an instant turn, which would make him a really good Armon's counter because Armon's takes everybody's turn meter first, I believe, before placing a stun. And at that point, Caoilte, I don't know how to pronounce this champion's name, would put up a block debuffs on himself and then give himself an instant turn, right? At least that's what I think. So really, really, really interesting kit. Could be nasty. You could also say this could work against, somebody like Lazarius who does a little turn meter decrease, or Shuzhen, he's getting a damage buff at least. You could build him super slow so that he hypothetically has very little turn meter when he starts out, and maybe that keeps him below 25%. So you could build this champion super slow, max damage, kind of like the other opportunity of a hegemon, except he's not going first. You're counting on other people to turn meter decrease him first. So that might be the way to do it. The more I read this kit, I have not done that here. I've not built him super slow, but I might do that at some point in time, maybe do it on a stream and test him out. The other aspect of this too is, keep in mind, with a lot of nukers, you want to build them in Stone Skin in today's arena meta, right? Where you put him in Stone Skin, you put him in Savage. Well, if you're putting him in Stone Skin, you are negating his passive ability. So that doesn't really work. The only way that would work is if you're putting him in Stone Skin and you've got like a Shuzhen and he's built super fast and he's taking a turn anyway. And that way, if someone turn meter decreases him after that Stone Skin buff drops off, then this would come into play. But if he is, got his Stone Skin up and someone like an Armons hits him, he's not losing turn meter. This wouldn't work. I don't think, right? Again, his turn meter shouldn't be affected. So one would hope that reads correctly. But again, this is Plarium. You never really know. Let's take a look first at the masteries over here. So we've got him in somewhat standard masteries, nothing too crazy. You've got Helm Smasher down here. You've got Kill Streak over here. You've got Methodical. I really thought about what to do with him on the offense tree. I gave a long, hard think about, do I put him in Heart of Glory, in case like he's hit by one of these turn meter decreases, if he has a shield on himself or someone else puts a shield on him where he doesn't lose any health and maybe gets a damage boost. Do I use Ruthless Ambush so that when he loses some turn meter, he gets an 8% damage boost on that instant turn? I ended up going with the Shield Breaker as well as Whirlwind of Death and Cycle of Violence. And really it was because I thought about when I'd use them in live arena, if someone's decreasing my turn meter, I can't really guarantee I'm going to be at full health after getting hit, especially if someone has a really fast team and I'm trying to counter that and he's built slower. And I just think it's more valuable because some of these fast teams, somebody's in bolster in order to make it less likely for them to die to a hegemon. So that's why I was like, you know what? Let's go Shield Breaker. Let's go Whirlwind of Death, which is always fantastic, and Cycle of Violence, so he gets his skills back faster. And then over here, pretty standard stuff. I actually went with Cycle of Revenge because I want him getting his turn meter quicker. Again, he gets a turn meter boost, obviously, in terms of the opportunity in one of his skills. But you can never have enough turn meter, so let's get him fast around, especially if we want to do a slow build with him down the road. So that's how I have built him. let's take a look at the gear and what we've got him in. We've got him in just a standard Savage set right now. I threw a couple merciless pieces on there. Let's take a look at the gear itself. Crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, and speed. We don't have him built super fast, but he's not built super slow either at the moment. Crit damage, attack, speed, crit rate, speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage with an attack percentage ascension. Obviously, he's an attack champion, so you're going to want to attack on him. Crit rate, speed, triple speed, crit damage, attack percentage, and then crit damage with a crit damage ascension. You know, you can go attack percentage, you can go speed here, depending on what you're looking to do. I think crit damage makes the most sense for him. And then down here, pretty standard stuff. I could build him in pinpoint, but I wanted to use merciless, so we got a little more damage on him for this test. But we've got attack. This could go to attack, of course. Attack percentage, speed. This is, you know, just the best merciless piece I had on my account that had a crit damage ascension. Triple defense, not really useful for him, but it's the best I have right now. And then attack percentage. With attack percentage, this is pinpoint. There's no real benefit here. 20 accuracy doesn't really help him. He's not putting any debuffs or stuff like that. Let's take a look at the total stats and see what we're cooking up. So in this build, 41,000 HP, 8,600 attack, 2,969 defense. This dude is absolutely easy to kill. Low HP, low defense. This guy is going to struggle to stay alive, which is unfortunate, given that you kind of have to, you know, tank some form of a hit. Although I seriously doubt an Armands would kill somebody unless they're damage Armands, which I have seen done every once in a while. Great base speed though, 107. So we're at 246 in this build, and then 353% crit damage over here. So nothing to sneeze at. I put some of my best gear on him using the optimizer. So I'm really curious to see what he actually does in a test. So let's take him in. Oh, raids. Okay, we don't want to go into arena yet. Looks like that just reset. So I'm recording this, like I said, on a Sunday night at 1 a.m. So tag team arena just reset. But let's take him into Dragon Slayer. We're going to go normal like we always do, because that's what we do for every single champion. I saw someone ask that in a comment, like, why aren't you testing him on hard dragon? Well, because this isn't about, you know, testing him against hard champions. This is about just seeing what he does damage wise versus other champions we've tested. And we always test on void, and we always test stage 23 so that it's equal for everybody. All right, let's get him in here. He's not self-buffing with attack, so we're going to need to bring in an attack beast. We'll bring in Shu Zhen. Is she going to be fast enough? Actually, yeah, she's a great one. Great option for this. And we don't want to get that attack aura in there. And then let's also bring in Lydia, of course. Always the same. That's what we aspire to when we do these tests. And let me just take one more look. Turn meter. Each critical hit fills his turn meter. Okay. And heals him. Got it. And then only when his turn meter is decreased. Just want to make sure I got this correct. Okay. Cool. Yep. All right. Let's do it. Let's see what he does. Very curious. Very curious. She might get back around her, but this is actually a great chance for us to use the A1. So we'll start off with the A1 here. Let's just see what the A1 does. 178. Okay. Self buff. Now let's go to let's try the A2. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Yeah, okay. We can still hit the same champ because we know it's a 2-time hitter. Then it will attack the other enemy with the lowest HP. So let's find out. 243, 201, 261. So it's what, 465,000, basically 460 something thousand off of that A2. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually lower than I kind of expected. That's still, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a hard hit, but I wonder if we didn't get the full ignore defense there, right? Because we can ignore up to 100% defense with that ability. So I wonder if we just didn't get it. Then let's try the A3, which is the AoE. Each critical hit fills his turn meter by 10% and heals him up to 50% of his max HP. And then if he kills anybody, it places the unkillable. Let's see what this does. 255, 240. That's weak. That's not a strong AoE at all. 246? That's rough. That's rough. Hold on. We have our abilities back? We do. That is a very, very, very weak AoE for today's Raid Shadow Legends. Let's use the A1 again. Let's get back around. Let's use his A1 again. Okay, 321 wasn't bad there. That's nice. Nice to see that. I'm kind of surprised. He's got increased attack still. Awesome. He's got a little crit damage buff. All right, let's see. Let's go again with the A2. Seems like this is the thing that really matters for him, is the A2 is kind of what you're riding home against. Riding home about, I should say. 194, 181, 238, 286. Man, I'm kind of underwhelmed. I'm kind of surprised. I thought A2 ignores potentially 100% of defense, right? Like 100% ignore defense, and he doesn't have bad stats at all. He's got really good stats, damage-wise, and he's in Savage. Am I just not getting the Helm Smasher proc? Is that why? Surely not. Let's do the AoE again. Let's just test the AoE again. Well, we don't have increased attack. Let's hold off. Let's get the increased attack. Okay, increased attack. Let's start with the AoE again. Let's just see what we got here. 305, 323. Okay, that's a little bit better, but still, that's not great damage for an AoE. That is not what I would call great damage in today's day and age. And again, he is. Oh, I didn't talk about his blessing. I put him in Heaven Cast, so he's getting a damage boost because he's 5-star. On top of that, I'm kind of underwhelmed. You know, especially when you see someone like He-Man come in and blast people with 1 million+ damage in this, which is obviously insane and one of the best damage figures you'll get in the entire game, under like normal circumstances. But I am underwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed. Let's try the A2 again. Speed it up. It's A1. Sorry, my sinuses are still absolutely wrecked from being sick. All right, let's try the A2 again. 211, 251, 240. I mean, it's good, but it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good damage. It's definitely enough damage to do something nasty. But I just wonder, you know what I mean? Are you killing a Taurus with that? No. I mean, He-Man has a better overall damage kit when you think it goes through Stone Skin on his A2, and it did absolutely monstrous damage. But I guess it's not, in the scheme of things, it's not bad because it's essentially like a mini AoE, right? Like, if you nuke somebody and the damage is enough, if you're doing 400 to 500k damage, which is kind of where he's landing right here, that's enough to take out most champions for sure, as long as they're not in Stone Skin. Big thing, you know what I mean? But still, I guess I just thought it would do more, right? I thought it would do more because of the fact that it's got the potential to ignore 100% defense. I mean, I'm reading that right? We'll go back in here and we'll take a look, but if the initial target is killed, both attacks will ignore 50% of the target's defense. Plus 25 for Savage, plus 25 for Helm Smasher. I guess the real utility here is just the fact that it's ignoring unkillable and block damage, right? Maybe they didn't want to make it too strong. But see, I'd rather it be like an absolute just nutty nuke and still ignore those stuff, so that if you use it against somebody like Nice in his second form, you are guaranteed to take him out. Because that's my question. Am I guaranteed to take a Nice out? I don't know. I would hope so. 314, 310. Okay. The AoE is decent, but not great. The AoE is decent, but not great. The A2 hits hard, but it's not spectacular. But again, it does ignore block damage and unkillable, so I guess that counts for something. Let's see the goodies we got. Oh, yes, the gold bars. Oh, perfect. All right, let's take him into Classic Arena. We're in Platinum. We're not high in Platinum. We're only like, you can't see here, but it's 200 at the moment. But it is reset night, so we should see some pretty tough defenses. Now, I want to take him right up and right into an Armand's and just see right away, does he do what he's supposed to do? So let's take him in to the Armand's. We can actually throw a Shuzen in there, even though we're not going to go first. And we just got to make sure nobody locks him out. So let's get a Shuzen in there as well. And let's throw... could do, I don't know, could do a bunch of different stuff here. I don't want to put any Marius in there so people don't get screwed up. You know what? I'll put a Freya in there. Why not? Just to keep him alive in case he gets hit. And then also, I guess I could hypothetically put a Necrid on there because his turn meter would still get reduced. We'll do that next go around though. We'll just leave that off for now. And we'll throw up, let's get a Reviver in there in case he dies. We'll just throw a Siphi in there. Nothing too crazy. Okay. Let's see what he does. Now, we want them to take a turn first. So I'm just going to try to lock. Okay, didn't get it. Try to sleep. Okay, here we go. Turn meter drops to 0. Immediate turn. Awesome. And you see he put up his block debuffs as well. So again, they do not do a good job of writing these skills because this is an instant turn, not an extra turn. And keep in mind, you know, Armand's should be going next because he fully sucked the Siphi and Shuzen dry. But we get the instant turn. He cuts in right away. And now we can nuke. So let's see. This is with a Harima on the team. How much damage are we going to get out of this with a Harima on the team? I'm really curious. Let's slow it down. A2. It did get the kill. Oh, no. That's not good. Oh, no. Res the Armands. Of course, because it's Marichka, right? And you can't control who it hits because it hits the person with the lowest HP. Although, very strange that it hit Marichka. I guess she must be the team lead because everybody is at max HP, I'm pretty sure. So that's interesting. Okay. Let's cleanse up. But that wasn't like great damage by any stretch of the imagination. That was pretty bad, right? That was pretty rough. Now, there is a Harima in there reducing it, but it just goes to show, I wonder how much damage that ability is based on just ignoring defense, which kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Okay, we can't bring him back yet. Try to bring him back now. Yep, here we go. No, we got stunned this go around. Oh, because it's an active effect. So you get one shot with it. One shot, right? How do I feel about this champ? How do I feel about this champ? I'm pretty underwhelmed right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty underwhelmed. Because think about how many broken champs there are in this game now, right? There are so many. This game is littered with absurdly broken champions. And if your champ isn't also broken, you are going to struggle to compete, at least in high-end arena, right? And that's kind of my lens. I look at this through the lens of high-end arena. Who's going to make the biggest difference in high-end arena for me? All right, let's res him back up. Let's test the AoE. Okay, we got a weak hit there. Wasn't enough to kill, though. Wasn't enough to kill. And that was with a damage boost on the A1, right? Because they also lost their turn meter. Yikes. That was pretty rough, man. That was pretty rough. Let's take him in here. This will be a good test. Let's throw on, instead of Freya, let's throw on a Necrit. Let's just try to keep him alive this go around. Ah, man, I can't. I'm kind of bummed out. I really thought he would do more damage here. Now, again, there was a Harima there. Oh, the Taurus got sheeped. I was kind of hoping the Taurus wouldn't get sheeped. I wanted to, okay, everyone's getting sheeped. Yep. Of course, he didn't use his actual ability. That's fantastic. And he already got a turn. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and just pop one. God, that did no damage at all, man. That did no damage. That A3 is weak. That A3 did nothing. And there isn't a Harima here to slow him down. That was pretty abysmal. Good almighty, dude. Can we just not get polymorphed? Can we not? For once? I don't know why I'm even asking. Of course we're not going to not get polymorphed. This is Raid Shadow Legends. This is how it works. I don't want to hit the Tars because I want... Oh, well, that was goofy. I'm hitting the merch code, but I don't want to wake up the Sifi. I guess increased defense, so maybe it's not too bad, but still, I'm kind of blown away. Why is he not using his 8? All right, whatever. Just kill him. Okay, we did kill a Taurus there. Nice. And that was without an increased attack. Okay, you got his extra turn, yeah? All right, nice. Okay, there we go. I guess it's just the increased defense, I guess. There's potential here. All right, we're not fully cooked. Maybe. I mean, it's still not like great, right? There's still way better options. Okay, we got him again. Nice. Good snipe. Good snipe. That was enough to get through decrease or increase defense, so that was promising. I'm guessing that we probably got a Helm Smasher proc there. All right, drop the AoE. God, did literally no damage, but strength and buff as well. All right, let's hit it with A1. Okay, nice. I mean, you can see how hard this is, though, to get these kills. We're really having to work for this. We're really having to work for this. Let's go ahead and just sleep the Sifi. All right, can we blast? Okay, yeah, nice. Didn't get the lockout, that's okay. Are they block active skills? All right, the turn meter increase is certainly not bad. Still, 3 minutes for a fight, and that was not like a super strong opponent at all. What was the 18 million power level? Which is, you know, obviously not the be-all end-all, but... Let's try here. Now, this might have a Lady Kimi that goes first, which places a block buffs, which would negate what he does. But let's just find out. Let's find out. Yeah. Yep, sure enough. Lady Kimi, hard counter. No surprise, that's what we expected. God, he's so weak too. The dude just absolutely gets obliterated. Loving the sheep though, man. We are just getting sheep left and right. Okay, let's try another Armand's team. This is a Galathir team? Sure, why not? Now, the tough thing here is you'd love to be able to get increased attack on him, right? But if you get increased attack on him, you're not going to have that if you're trying to negate the Armands going first, right? If you're trying to build this guy to be, you're like, hey, this is the guy I'm going to use to be my go second superstar when somebody pops an Armands. But here we go, right? Like, okay, we obliterated the Sun Wukong, we annihilated the Armands, cool. We can't do anything versus Stoneskin, which is the big thing there, of course. Let's try to pop the AoE. Just make sure the Armands goes down. Again, we don't have any damage. We do get the unkillable. See if we can find a nice team. I think, see if he's got like some really solid use against Nice. Nice is a menace. So if he's disgusting against Nice, that could be worth its weight in gold just by like that. But problem is you got to kill someone else to keep him alive on that unkillable, right? And you got to get Nice into his second form. Not an easy, like easier said than done, as they say, right? I can't kill him. I could kill him. Yeah, okay. Got the 2-hitter there. Okay, we did manage to kill the Marius, but not by much. We only put 63,000 damage out there on the AoE. Again, we did have an increased attack that go around. Now, Marius obviously is a defense-based champion, but still, that's not great, you know? Not great at all. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm really underwhelmed right now, and maybe it's just because I'm not getting a chance to use his ability against anyone throwing up block damage and unkillable. But I just feel like he's lacking in the current meta. I feel like he reads better than he is. His kit reads better than it is because, one, you know, if you're not obliterating everybody on the team or knocking out their reviver, they're just going to bring back whoever you kill because they're going to be in stone skin. And again, the big thing here is, like, I read his kit and I think this guy is great and goes second. This guy is Armon's counter. This guy you could build slow and someone turn meter decreases you like a Shuzen. Maybe that works. Like, maybe that's the play where you just go up against like a Shuzen, Lazarius type team where they are, you know, turn meter decreasing like crazy. But Armon's also can just sheep you, right? He can just sheep you and now it doesn't matter. Now you're done. So that's the one thing. Like, he reads like more of a classic arena champ because you are controlling things when you're playing live arena, and that makes it a little bit tougher. Let's see if we can find a nice team. I'm sure there's going to be a nice team in here, given what day it is. Let's see if we can find. Here we go. Here's a nice team right here, and a Marichka too, and a Galathier. Oh baby. Oof. Is there an Armon's nice team? I'd rather face an Armon's nice team. Nope, I'm not seeing one. Let's just roll with this for now. I think we need... All right, let's try to lock out. Let's try a little lockout action so we keep them alive and just see what we can do. Because I don't want to have nice blow me up before I have a chance to do anything. You know what I mean? Is he going to try to kill the Marichka, though, if he kills the Nice here? Oh. Oh! Oh, look at that! Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, hold on here. Hold on here. Because if you can get enough damage on that A2 to knock Nice into his second form on that first hit, then he is valuable. Hold on. Hold on. This Nice also not doing much damage. Now, obviously, only Marichka's dead, but still. Okay, can I kill this? Hold on. Hold on here. I need to find another nice team right now. Hold on. What level? What power level? Oh, 15 million? Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes more sense. I was getting all jazzed up there, but hold on. Hold on. Let's find another nice team. Let's try to find a nice team on a very high level account. Because that had me jazzed for a second there. That had me going, boys. Because Nice is one of the most broken champions in the entire game, in my opinion. I mean, truly one of the most broken, absurdly overpowered champions, specifically in live arena. I truly hate him. I also don't have him. How are there no Nices here? Nobody got the Nice out? Where are the Nices? Yeah, there's some Nices up here in the top 50. Not that far down. We're 120 right now. Where is the Nice? Having to spend all these gems. Bro, am I just blind? Okay, here we go. Here's another Nice, but this is also... here we go. Here's going to be a nicely built Nice. Here we go. Now, also, though, UDK. UDK coming into play, kind of screwing my stuff up. But we got a second Nice team right here. Interesting. Interesting, because we're not going to be able to get around this UDK. Now, we could do a build with Armands and just try to sheep the UDK. Maybe that's the play. Nice also in Stone Skin. So here we go. Now we've got it correctly built. Nice. So you're not, doesn't matter what you're doing here. See if he's got, no, he doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Just wanted to see if he had a little, he already went before the Shuzan. I need that increased attack to even have a chance. So we're just going to hit there. Okay, here we go. Get some more buffs. He does have the Heaven Cast. Yeah, without getting 2 hits, you're not going to get enough damage. UDK hard countering. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not like this. Obliterated. I was getting so jazzed too, guys. I was getting so jazzed. This does not ignore block damage, right? This is a shame. This is a shame. I really wish the AoE ignored block damage as well, so he could be a specific nice counter, because now he's about to get killed from a Taurus attack. Yeah. GG's. Oh, I was so excited for one hot second. I was like, oh, wait a sec. Wait a hot damn sec. But then I faced an actually well-built Nice, and the dream quickly crumbled. Let's try this team. There's no UDK here, but if Nice is in Stone Skin, it's not really going to matter. He is. Fantastic. Oh, man. God, the stuff they've done to this game is just crazy. Oh, man. All they needed to do was give this the ability to go through Stone Skin, and now we had something worth talking about, right? Now we had something worth talking about. Is he even going to get back to his turn? I just want to see, can he kill this Nice? No. Let me just get back to the turn. Okay, here we go. Can we kill the Nice? This has Ward of the Fallen too. I don't know what to think anymore, man. I don't know what to think. She's healing up now. God, the AoE just does not hit hard. It just does not hit hard. A1. Okay, A1 did some damage there. But here comes Nice. Ah, dude, he's just so hard to use. He just doesn't do enough damage. He doesn't do enough damage, and his kit isn't special enough to overcome the absurd advantages that other broken champions have, right? Like that's the problem we're running into right here. There are so many broken champions in this game at this point that when they introduce a new champion that's meant to counter something else, unfortunately, it's really tough to work because of how broken everything else is. All right, can we kill? Okay, we one-shotted the Nice, but now he's dead and it's game over. God, dude. Oh, man, this is such... Can I actually get this win? Hold on. Can we get this win? Let's just go full auto. See if we can actually kill... Can we kill the Tars? Maybe. Maybe we can outspeed the Tars. I just want to see if we can do it. Oh, my God. Look how little damage we do. Bro is just an absolute unit. I mean, look at this, right? Here's a great example. Now, not every champion's going to be Tars, and Tars is an HBJ's champion. But there are some incredible attack-based champions. Like, you look at the dwarf they just introduced, Arnorn, who I unfortunately did not get a chance to get. But I can tell reading his kit that he's significantly better than Caoilte. Like, even Caoilte is an Armands. counter doesn't work because everybody else is built in stone skin. And so if Caoilte gets a chance to go because Armand's doesn't for some reason sheep him, which, you know, again, anybody playing this game can choose to sheep you instead of using their A2. What are you going to do, right? It's still game over because his abilities don't counter what is going on in the meta. And his damage, which isn't like bad, you know what I mean? There are definitely champions that do worse damage, but it's not so god tier incredible that it can overcome some of that stuff, right? His AoE is too weak. His AoE needs to hit harder for sure. And even his A2, which sounds really, really good and can definitely hit for good damage, is let down by the fact that you're not able to get through some of the stuff that you see. Like, if you can find a team that has Armands and everybody's in a bolster set, actually, no, that wouldn't work either because you're not ignoring shield. It has Armands and nobody's in a shield set, but nobody else is in stone skin, which again is basically never going to happen. Then sure, I guess Caoilte could be good, but it's just so frustrating, right? Because we need good counters for these champions. And in a niche situation, he could do something against Nice, right? And that's a big thing. Nice is a real terror in the arena and very tough to deal with. Multi-hitter champions are the best way, champions like Rhodos, but Caoilte is basically just as countered by this kind of stuff as Rhodos is. Like, yeah, he has an AoE, but it doesn't hit super hard. It's not going to do enough damage to Nice to take him out of the fight. So UDK is just as valuable of a counter against him as it is as Rhodos because you're not going to be able to get a second hit on Nice to kill him before he shifts into that second form. And again, now they wrote his kit to be like an Armand's killer, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't work because of the fact that the Armands can just sheep you. Like, he needs to be immune to all of Armand's abilities in order to actually be a viable counter at this level. Let's just try to weak hit. Okay, nice. Okay, here we go. Gets the chance to go. Boom, boom, boom. But again, I'm not facing a real person here. I'm facing a computer. If I were facing a real person, that guy just simply sheeps my Caoilte and it's game over. And he loses half his health and he's already not tanky and he's not going to survive. Got enough damage there. What a bummer. What a bummer, because there's a potentially good champion in there. Let's try him against Siegfried. Let's see how he does against Siegfried. Maybe he's a better Siegfried counter. It's like you're ignoring block damage. You're ignoring unkillable, right? Like that's so good. That's so potentially good. They should have made it. They should have made it so it was, well, obviously we haven't tested it, so this is conjecture. But my guess would be that, just, oh my God, resisted me. Well, it's game over now. Hold on, can we get? Let down by our affinity. All right, we tanked it thanks to the Necrit. But we'd already be dead in this scenario. We're already cooked against a real player. They've already shifted out of this form and they've obliterated me. I mean, I could see him being good against Siegfried. I could definitely see him being good against Siegfried. These aren't strong teams, though, man. These aren't strong teams at all. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like, I see the vision. I see the vision. It's just the half-baked vision on arrival is kind of how I look at it. Yes, he can be useful in certain team comps, right? If you're facing a Siegfried and you have a way of staying alive or locking out somebody's abilities and keeping him alive or getting him back and reviving him and protecting him, I could see him being useful because of the ability to kill through block damage. But why doesn't it go through Stoneskin, dude? Like, make it so that he's actually really useful, right? How much better would this champion be if this ability that ignored unkillable and ignored block damage, which could be a nice counter, which could be a Siegfried counter, and then his passive could hypothetically be a really good Armand's counter if he couldn't be sheeped. Like, you could counter multiple different stuff with his champion, but his kit lets him down. His kit lets him down because you can't do it. You can't, because you're not going to be able to get through the stuff that you need to get through. If I could go through Stoneskin, suddenly I'm able to do something here, right? Like, suddenly I can get through this Marius, or I can blast the Siegfried out of the sky right away. Can just absolutely nuke the Siegfried and it's over. But I can't do that because his kit doesn't let me. What a bummer. Yeah, we're definitely not doing enough damage through a shield to kill that. Yep, she's cooked. It's just tough, man, because there's so many champions that they've introduced recently that are just absolutely, I mean, they blow this champion away. This champion cannot compete. Just does not have the skills, does not have the abilities, does not have the survivability, just cannot compete. I want to see if I can kill though. Hold on. All right. Kill Marius? God, dude, I didn't even kill Marius, bro. Sad. Much sad. I want to see, can I kill? But he's going to blast. Hold on, he's going to probably blast the sheep. The fact that I can't choose the two targets to hit with this, if I could just go again and then choose who I want to kill with the second thing, it'd be so much better. Right? Kill Marichka. Kill Siegfried. He's brought back. Kill him again. Oh, you're just like, God, dude, Jesus. Got enough damage there to kill him, though, at least. I've got the unkillable. Damn, dude, this champion could be incredible. This bums me out. This champion could be legitimate. Like, he's so close to being really good. He's so close to being really good, but he's just half-baked. He's half-baked because he doesn't play in the meta, right? You could definitely use him situationally, for sure. You can definitely use him situationally. If you can avoid someone having lockout, if you can avoid getting, like, controlled, of course, which is a big thing, and if you can somehow survive people having Stoneskin on all your champions, like, there are opportunities there. Or you find someone who hasn't, for some reason, built their champions in Stoneskin, which is rare. Him being like a speed counter, though, it just doesn't work because he's supposed to counter Armand's, but any smart player is just not going to hit you with Armand's A2 ability. He'll just sheep you instead. Now, I guess you could put him in intercept, pinpoint, to try to avoid that, right? But the problem is you're not getting that instant turn effect that he needs to be viable. And you're going to struggle to keep the guy alive because of how ridiculously weak he is. The dude has no survivability whatsoever. His base stats are atrocious. So you are going to struggle to keep him alive unless you're using something like a Necrit or maybe a Freya. Like maybe that's the play. You put him on a Freya team and a Necrit. You try to load up as many go second people around him as possible if you're not trying to outspeed. But if you're going first with him, he doesn't help you. He's not going through Stone Skin. He's not going to let you do, like, maybe I guess you're able to strip. Let's try that. Let's try one more. Let's try something where we try to use him first. Let's go. What's the team that's going to have? Also really tough because of affinity issues. I think he would have been better as a Force champion, in all honesty. At least for today's meta. All right. Let's get some strippers in here. Let's get some strippers in the party. They've got a Crixia. And let's give him Lazarius as well. Sure. You get multiple potential strips. We're not going to lock out the Gizmac, but okay. Sorry, my brain is malfunctioning trying to figure out ways. I want to make sure that I do this justice, right? I want to make sure that I do this justice and that it's a viable test. Okay, we got a strip. Okay. Maybe he's just better as a go first. It's just hilarious because that's not what his kit is meant to do, something else. And this affinity matchup is rough, man. The fact that he's like magic affinity sucks. If he were a force affinity, he'd be so much better versus what's currently in meta right now, right? But we should win this fight. Maybe you just got to go first with them and have strippers and like make sure you strip buffs. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the way to use them. If you can strip, but he's definitely not going to have enough damage to survive any kind of Taurus attack for sure. Let's just try this just to try. And the downside is that you have to. This is a great example, actually. So I can't use Shuzen here because they have a Marius. And I can't use Lazarius here either because they have a Marius. So I hope he doesn't get enfeebled. Okay, he lived, but she's going first. They're all back. He's not going to have enough damage to do anything now for sure. Okay, he actually killed. Okay, hold on. He's going to nuke me. So I have to switch here. Because I don't think I have enough damage to kill Marius without switching and pray I don't get enfeebled, basically. Of course. Why am I even questioning? Now he's dead, but he's standing up tall. All right, whatever. This is a complete loss. But, I mean... All right. And again, this is classic arena. I'm choosing what to do. And obviously I could ban a Marius if I'm facing them. Let's try this. Let's try this against a non-Marius team. Okay. Again, not great because Commodus is going to be in Stone Skin most likely. Yeah, we did weak hit there. Unfortunate. Oh, Jesus, dude. I got to build him faster if I'm going to try to do this. This is just not having the right build in him, but, you know, Because I honestly, I read his kit and I'm like, yeah, okay, you can build him slower. You're supposed to be able to build him slower. Let's try that again. Dude, why can't I choose who he attacks next, bro? Ugh. So bad. So bad, because that could be a legitimately awesome ability, right? But I can't choose. I can't choose who he attacks. I have no choice. Instead of giving me a second turn with that ability to go again, which would be so much more valuable because I could actually pick who to kill, it just randomly shoots right into the Stone Skin, which again, if it just ignored Stone Skin, it would be really good. He'd be a really good champion, but he doesn't. All right, final thoughts. Final thoughts on Caoilte. Niche use can definitely be used in arena on specific teams if you have the right setup and if they've picked the right champions. I could see him being useful against Nice or Siegfried for sure, without a doubt. But you just don't have the kit you need to make him what he should be, which is a strong, hard counter to these champions, where you put this dude in and you don't have to go first, hypothetically, but that we already saw that's not really useful unless it's classic arena. This is pointless. Sounds good in theory, doesn't work in reality, because again, if you build him slow, you're kind of exacerbating the problem here, where he's not going to get turns. He's not going to get the opportunity to do stuff, right? I get, you know, this, God, man, this is so frustrating. I swear to, like, sometimes I just feel like they don't play test any of this stuff. To be completely honest, I feel like they don't play test any of this stuff, or they don't ask people how to make these champions good, because you have the semblance of what should be a great champion here, of what should be a genuinely usable, high-end, phenomenal champ. And it's not like you can't pull him out of niche situations, but damn it, he could be really good. And he could seriously help in what, in my opinion, is one of the worst metas they've ever had in arena. Most frustrating, sucky, awful metas in arena. This guy could be a legitimate counter or ability to make it better. But because his kit is so ill thought out and so poorly done, he's not going to get the kind of play he deserves, except in specific niche uses, which is such a bummer. Such a bummer, man. Make this ignore Stone Skin. Make this have better damage. Fix this passive so that, like, he doesn't get sheeped by Armand's. If you really want him to be an Armand's counter, make him a real Armand's counter, right? Make it so that any of Armand's abilities, this dude just says, get real. I'm different. I'm built different. Screw you, Armand's, because right now it's not worthwhile, except only in classic arena in niche scenarios. And it just, I don't know. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. What do you guys think? Am I overreacting? I read his kit and I get so excited, but like, also let me choose who to hit with this. Let me snipe somebody out, and then instead of it just being random attacking the lowest HP champion who has Stone Skin, let me choose. Give me an extra turn with this ability going again, basically. Which, if you play Rivals, you play Marvel Rivals, I've been loving that game, by the way. Make this dude Winter Soldier. He drops his ult and he goes again if you get a kill. Same kind of thing, right? Make this dude the Winter Soldier of Raid. Because as it stands right now, he's extremely disappointing. And I'm so bummed out, because I really thought reading his kit that he would be better than he is, especially because this is so needed. Unkillable, block damage, not coming into play. Man, that's great. He puts an unkillable buff on himself if he kills somebody, but this ability doesn't hit for enough damage. It's pointless. It's pointless. I don't know. I don't even know why I get frustrated or upset about any of this stuff, because it's not like anybody that's going to change stuff watches these things or does anything anyway. We can expect a Caoilte buff in 2 years, guys, along with 6 more buffs between now and then. Bummer. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the video or the comments down below about this video. And I'm sorry that I'm so bummed, but I'm just, maybe it's residual from being sick, but I'm just so disappointed when we get these new champions. They keep littering more and more and more new champions that should be better than they are, and they almost never really actually are. Like, there's a one or two every time after like a couple months that's worth doing something for, and the rest are just there to screw up your chances to summon the good champions. All right. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Big Baba Drock out.